BryNu, and today I'm going to be running Driver 2, specifically REDRIVER 2, which is like the reverse engineered version of Driver 2 for PC. It has it's basically Driver 2 like the original game, except like a few differences.
Hello everyone, I'm the Survivor. I'm a former world record holder for this game, and I speedrun the all mission category that we're going to be showcasing today. And yeah, like BryNu mentioned, yeah, this is the REDRIVER version, the fan-made PC port, I guess we can call it too,
Yeah.
of this game. And yeah, it's a good fun. It's a good run to look. So
Yeah,
hope you all enjoy this.
It's not like the official version of Driver 2 on PC. This doesn't exist, but
Yep.
it's very close to the original, apart from like you can skip cutscenes, and also like the 30 FPS that is constant, which is definitely a plus compared to the original.
Oh yeah, definitely.
But yeah, we'll be doing so the all missions category, which is called the any percent Warpless category, because you're not allowed to do the warp glitch, which is a pretty big glitch, which pretty much lets you skip most of the missions. Like you can go from the first mission to the very end of the game, basically. So we're not going to be doing that. It's going to be all missions, nothing like skipping missions. It's going to be all missions.
Yeah, all the from A to Z, all the story mission. We that's the point of the game, because yeah, the glitch skips like at least a good like 80% of the game.
Now
It's pretty massive.
There's a funny things to know. Like usually when you start a run, the cutscenes take forever to play. So usually what I do is I play all of them before starting a full run. That way, when I go into a full run, they won't take forever to load. They will all load like instantly, which saves a good chunk of time. Definitely.
I'm glad I'm not alone that has that.
Yeah. I think it's a thing for everyone. Like it doesn't matter what kind of PC you have. But yeah, I guess we're going to go for it. I'm going to start a new game.
Yeah, sure. Do you want me to count you down, or do you want to do it?
Yeah, you can do the countdown. Sure.
All right. Yeah, sure thing. Well, if you're good to go, in this case, we'll start in 3, 2, 1, go.
All right, let's go.
Hell yeah, let's go. So, Driver 2. Unlike Driver 1, which we just saw, it starts much simpler. The first mission is much better as a tutorial, because it is just a simple A to B mission. There's no cop spawning. Like, it's much more straightforward. Unlike the garage mission that nobody could get through at the first playthrough.
Yeah, there's a lot of missions like these where you have to go from point A to point B, and this is definitely like the easiest one. You don't even get anyone chasing you or anything.
Yeah, it's much more quieter. Again, like for a tutorial, this is much better, because this is just like just get you used to the driving mechanics and everything. But yeah, as you noticed, like as for the sequel. One major change they added is you can now walk on foot and change cars and stuff like that. Because obviously, have you noticed with the previous run in Driver 1, you're just stuck to your car no matter what. So you kind of you just have one car for each mission and keep it healthy, because you don't have any others. But in this game, you do have the options of leaving the car. That said, there are still ways to like fail the mission by destroying your car. Because if you destroy your car while being chased. First of all, while you're being chased, you're not allowed to leave the car. So if you destroy your car while still having a pursuer on you, well, that's a mission fail. That's still the option.
That counts as getting like busted, I guess, by the cops.
Yeah, you can call it that. So that's so there's that to be careful about.
Just a quick exit by crashing into the pool, by the way.
Yep. Turns out the quickest way the tenor only can leave the car if there's no momentum on the ground. So if you either swing your car in the air or just hit the wall and stop the car dead, that counts. The tenor probably has a massive whiplash, but
thank God I have an easy pattern.
He doesn't care.
Alright, I'm actually getting in front of him. Thank God it's an easy pattern, to be honest.
So, in the chase mission, a bit like Driver 1, the chase mission are pre-recorded chases where the car has infinite mass. And to make sure that the car is always going to follow the same pattern per each pattern, because there's a couple options the game can pick from. But during those patterns, everything is preset. The traffic, the car itself, where it's gonna go, everything's like predetermined. And as you can notice, obviously Reflection didn't expect people to be ahead of the car. They thought you were gonna be behind. And the traffic is kind of based on the car you're chasing, so you kind of just get the traffic spawn in your face when you're ahead.
Yeah, the traffic spawning is like linked to the guy you're supposed to chase, which is a weird choice, I guess.
Well,
but,
I suppose it makes sense. It's it's based on him. Like it's his predetermined. They don't want to have like traffic based on you and break everything. But yeah, and obviously the reason we try to get ahead, it's not just like to be funny and just to show off. The end of the mission is still based on you.
Yeah.
So the quickest you can reach the end, quote unquote, the better it is and the quicker it ends. So we try to like get as much ahead as we can without getting like the traffic spawning right inside of us, but not lose a guy, because obviously it's just distance based, so you can't technically lose it by being too far ahead. Like the game doesn't care which way you are, and it kind of doesn't make sense.
Yeah, waiting for the train a bit here because you don't want to lose him. It is a radius. Like you can't just go to the end of the mission, which is a shame. Like if you go too far ahead or too far behind, you will lose him. So I gotta make sure I don't lose him.
The radius is a bit bigger though than during the car chase. True. Like you can get the train out of view and still be in chase compared to like a car chase where like you can still technically see the car and the game will count that as too far away. But you still need to be careful somewhat. But the train is quite slow, so it's a pretty easy mission.
I'm just gonna wait here.
Yeah, it's probably safe. And no, we don't know why Tanner needs to follow the train, considering the train is quite literally on a rail, so it's kind of hard to... I don't know where Tanner expects the train to go.
And fun fact, you can just go here, at least on REDRIVER too. You don't even have to climb up the platform. It's like it has to do with the coordinates or something. I don't know exactly.
Oh, that's a good pattern. I think what happens is that in REDRIVER, the game doesn't really check for like the Y coordinates, like the height. So the checkpoint, which is supposed to be on the platform, will still count you as hitting it if you drive under the platform. And like BryNu said, this is not a Driver 2 or a thing. On the PS1, that doesn't work. This is just something that happens in this version specifically.
Yeah, but it's nice that you can just drive to it. You don't have to climb up the platform. I remember as a kid not like having trouble getting up that platform. I don't know if I'm just bad, but
no, it's a bit jammed.
Also, the timer
on foot control.
The timer was like you had so little time to get up the platform. So I'm pretty sure I remember failing this mission over and over when I was a kid.
Yeah, no, that's fair. But yeah, the on foot controls are somewhat janky to get used to. So. I mean, that was a pretty contentious point when the game released at the time. Like, that was something the review mentioned a lot.
They do feel better on REDRIVER 2 because of the 30, like the constant 30 FPS.
Yeah.
On console, though, actually terrible.
Yeah. The low frame rate ends up with a lot of drop input, so it makes the whole experience much worse. I guess we can take the time to... Well, actually, wait. We'll wait until you're in the drive for the next mission, and I'll take the time to explain what Driver 2 is.
Really safe, to be honest. Shortcut. Yeah, you can just get ahead of him and go through the trigger for the end of the mission. It's gonna be a lot of that, to be honest.
Yeah, in the chase mission, again, we're just following or tailing, because that's when you also need to be careful not get too close. So we kind of just have to wait until it gets there. Like that's why we usually... Like, we got lucky in this case because we got a good pattern right away, but usually we will reset for the quickest pattern because, like, well, there's nothing else to do. Like, there's not really much any way to get it go quicker.
That's true. Like, I didn't even have to mention patterns because we got the perfect pattern, like, first try, but
yeah, I mentioned it quickly how, like, their patterns there, but, like, yeah, there's a couple of options, and in the chase missions, it gets pretty bad. We'll see in 2 missions. Like, the quickest pattern takes, like, 1 minute 46, and the slowest one takes 2 minutes 10.
Yeah, which
like,
is
that's a 25 second.
Like
like it's a 25-second delta. It's awful, and there's literally nothing you can do. It's just reset and hope you get the quickest pattern until you just give up and restart the run because you have too many bad attempts.
Looks usually for the speedrun of this game, I'll go like for any pattern that's under 2 minutes for the next mission. If it's not under 2 minutes, I'll just restart the mission.
Yeah, same. That's usually my cutoff too. Like I think it's 159 and or I'll take him. And
yeah.
Because like it's way too slow else.
Actually, 158 is a little bit worse than 159 because
I think so. Yeah.
Yeah.
The eye doesn't always get there at the exact same time because obviously it's just a recording the reflection made of like them driving around and just So not all patterns always end exactly the same. Like the time, I guess they just didn't time the timer perfectly. So you do get some with some oddity sometimes. But usually, the quickest lower the timer, the quicker it is. At least for the chasing mission. For the mission where you have to take down a car, usually the timer we sort of don't care. At least not the length of it, because it's more about where the AI goes and which one is the best one to take it down. But we'll get to that later once we get to those missions.
Yep, especially in Havana.
Yeah, Havana is quite a difficult jump.
Isn't Havana like the worst, I guess, in terms of difficulty?
It's like a toss-up between that and Rio, really.
Oh, that was okay. Alright, so let's see the patterns. The timer on the top of the screen can tell you like which pattern you get. And that's the worst one I can take, I guess, which is 158.
Funny enough.
We were talking about it.
Yeah, it is. But yeah, usually there's like 10 to 16 patterns, something like that. I think there's like 16 slot total the game can use, but there's not always 16 patterns.
I'm not gonna lie, I'm not used to driving 158, so I don't even remember where it goes. Oh yeah, I see. Okay.
Yeah, it's a bit of a wiggle around.
Yeah,
he goes up there and then goes back down.
Should be fine.
It's a pretty slow one, in fact.
Yeah, it's gonna lose us like a lot of time compared to, like, let's say the optimal one, which is 146.
Yeah, the 146 he pretty much beelines it straight for the end. It's kind of great.
Like this is more than 10 seconds lost technically.
Oh,
even 15.
15, no, pretty much. Because I think in my PB I had like this pattern, and every time I get like the 146, it's like an easy plus 50, minus 15 for free.
He goes straight. Really not used to it.
I think it goes through the building here, if I recall. Oh, maybe not. Never mind. I'm thinking.
It has to go through the grass, I think. Yeah. Like
eventually, he's gonna go somewhere. Oh, it's this one.
I can take the opportunity to get in front of him, and just like the other missions.
I think he turns you. Oh no, never mind.
That's 159, I think.
Oh, okay.
But I can
get a lot of patterns.
I can get ahead of him, and just like the other missions, like I was mentioning, we're gonna go through the end of the mission before him. Save us a bit of time.
The ending is still based on you, so that even though we don't see the checkpoint, so
we can go here.
Oh. I wonder if that's quicker than just going straight.
So we're supposed to skip this cutscene. I don't know what I'm doing, but you
know. I guess one thing we didn't. Oh, I guess I'll talk about that later on. There we get to Kane's compound, where we're gonna. Hopefully, we're gonna showcase one of the tricks. It's a pretty precise trick. It's very hard. We don't guarantee BryNu's gonna get it because it's pretty precise to get, and I don't know about you, but my strat to get it is still just eyeball it and hopefully it works. So
yeah, basically, yeah. You gotta aim correctly for it, but you also need some speed.
Yeah, some speed, some help, because this is a maze pretty much. As you can see, we're sort of cheating the maze because like the vents are, they expect you to go around and go where the vent, but you can kind of just either squeeze by like here or just move the vent straight up. But there's another gap that we can go through, but it's between a semi-truck, and that thing is basically a wall. We'll get to it here. And the game may think we're gonna go all the way up to the north and go back down through the compound on the right, but we can instead do this.
Whoa, that's a good start. That's gonna be so much speed. Yeah, there we go.
Hey, nice.
Perfect.
Well,
and that's like 40 seconds saved, because otherwise you would have to go all the way around and then back to here.
Yeah, it's a pretty long drive going back.
So 141 in game time. That's actually pretty good.
Yeah, that's amazing.
I stood up
and the reason BryNu went inside the hangar, because this is where you're supposed to arrive when you go all the way back to the north. And obviously Reflection didn't expect people to just go through there, just squeeze by in between the wall and the semi-truck. So if you just go straight through the bridge right away, the game will count you as ending. Like you'll say, oh well then you escaped, but there's no cutscene, nothing happened, you're kind of just stuck.
Oh, it does that.
Yeah. I've always wondered if it would you could like go to the main menu and go to the next mission anyway, but I kind of decided that it wouldn't save up time anyway, because the time would waste trying to leave the game, go to the replay mission menu and click the mission. It's probably quicker to just turn around and skip the cutscene and go right away. But yeah, so
it's gonna be the last mission for Chicago.
With rain physics.
Yep. It's very dark.
This game,
this game is very dark at night. I don't know if anybody agrees with me.
the game abused the rain physics way less than Driver 1. Like compared to Driver 1, where like in New York it's pretty much rain physics for all the missions. In this game, there's like 4 missions with rain, and that's about it.
I'm not even sure. Yeah,
there's this one.
There's a few, but not too many. Yeah.
There's this one. There's the 2 in like the one with the follow-up in Havana, and there's that one in Rio. Oh, there's 5 technically, because there's 2 in Rio. Back to back, and that's about it. Yeah, the game is much more, it's much less rain heavy,
which is nice.
Yeah, it makes it more special instead of just like being, alright, can y'all stop with the rain? Yeah, apart from that, this is a plain ADV mission.
Turn left. There we go.
Yeah.
The enemy AI, when they're not like facing you, they're pretty easy to dodge. You can just make them turn left or right and then go the opposite direction, basically. Yeah,
it's pretty easy to bait them. Sometimes they can sort of get confused and just keep going in a straight line, but eventually they'll spin around to get behind you, because they prefer to be behind your car and chasing you. They don't like being like in front of you.
Yeah, the worst is when they're like facing you and they will just immediately go at you. Like that happens rarely, but it's very annoying because you don't know what to do. You usually crash, lose a lot of time.
Yeah, it's unlike Driver 1, where the cop kind of just keep, when they're facing you on the and coming at you, they kind of just keep going the straight line and just like sort of stop after you've passed them. In this game, they'll go straight at your face. Like they'll swerve into your face, and they're very hard to avoid. Like that's their #1 skill, is to go at you and hit you in the face while they're going towards you. They're extremely good at that.
Right, there was a bit of RNG for this mission. There's a few patterns for this guy. There's 156, 201, 205, and 216. Usually we would go for 156, 201, and 205. 205 because restarting the mission would like lose you 4 seconds.
4.5. I think I timed it once.
Which is what 205 loses you anyway, so there's literally no point. 216 loses way too much time, so you just restart the mission. I took 116, which is a little bit tricky, but you can get ahead of him. It's just I'm gonna have to do a little bit of a different route. Like he's gonna go straight forward, and I'm gonna have to go to the right like that.
Yeah, we get quite close to get ahead.
And then you can cut like this and get ahead of him. We're good.
Yeah, for me, the 156 is the more chaotic one to get ahead, because like it's a bit of a tight squeeze. Because again, it's a tailing mission. We're not supposed to get close, so if you get too close, you fail a mission.
And it's actually
use that little.
It's actually slower than the 201 as well, because it takes so long in the 156 at the end to get to the end of the mission.
You kind of just throw out this corner.
Squeeze up.
And it's the worst part is that the end is like right there. It's like right after the X intersection, but it's just far enough that we need to wait here until he does the corner.
Takes forever. He gets stuck in traffic, I guess.
Yeah, there's a traffic car that blocks him. There you go. Yeah, like you said, it's literally just like over the intersection, but we have to wait, because like if not, we'll lose him.
Now for RNG hell.
Yeah, welcome to Truck Hell. That's a good pattern.
Right,
unless it's
not mess it up, I guess.
I'll you clear that and know what's going on.
That's clearly not the best, but I should make him crash a few times. I should lose him.
You'll be good. Might not be the most efficient one, but just getting one that works is probably good enough for us.
Oh, come on.
So love tap.
Alright,
there we go. Oh, nice, and the guy died at the same time. So yeah, takedown mission. So as you can see, it's still an infinite mass chase in this mission. So unlike Driver 1, where the damage like racks up pretty quickly, here the damage racks up pretty slowly, and you kind of need to rub your car against the truck in this case to rack up the damage. Because if you just try to ram it like you would think to do in a normal like car crash, the truck has infinite mass again. So if you ram the car at full speed, you're gonna bounce like mad because he's way heavier than you are. So it's not a viable strat. So you actually need just to rub your car against it for like a couple seconds until damage goes all the way, well, high enough until the car stops and you can get in. It's very hard. It's a terrible introduction to take down mission because you have a chaser behind you that's already angry at that. It's pretty bad.
Well, good enough, I guess.
But you did well. Good, nice job.
Second mission, which is kind of the same, except it has explosives, which is great.
Yeah. This one, the gimmick is don't go behind the truck because there's explosive behind that drops. So in this pattern, we can just get ahead that way.
I'll just finish him like
and
this.
Yeah, just dangle on the front of the car, just rack up the damage.
Not the most optimal, but it works.
It was good enough. You got it before the intersection, really. So that's the important part.
Like realistically, what you can do after you finish him is you do like a 180 with your car, and like in the middle of the 180, you can quick exit your car, even though the car is not fully stopped, which saves a chunk of time again. But,
yeah, it comes back to what I mentioned about like the when BryNu hit the pole at the beginning to get out the car. Again, either you need to stop your momentum, or if the car is like floating in the air, like if all the wheels are on the ground, the game counts that as not having momentum on the ground, so you can leave the car there too. So if you do a tight enough 180, the car will like sort of lift a bit in the air, and you'll be able to like get out instantly while in the middle of it.
And then next is find the clue, which is the worst mission. I think everybody agrees.
Yeah, for a speedrun, it's pretty rough.
I guess there's still the keys as well, but
yeah, still keys also pretty rough. But although still keys is bad because of like it's a mistake can cost a lot of time, and it's pretty far in the run. But yeah, this is just going back slowly.
Yeah, nothing special about this run. There's not even anyone that can chase you, unlike the previous mission.
Yeah, no pursuer that can spawn again. It's just right back to the same compound we went to.
Oh, thank God, to be honest, because this is a pretty long trip compared to the previous mission.
Yeah, like you want to start to the exact opposite side of the map, like all the way to the east, and you need to go all the way to the west of Havana. So it's quite a long drive. I guess, but yeah, like so infinite match chase again. The important thing is just remember you need to hug the car and you'll win that way.
Yeah. We won't be able to do that for the next mission. The next mission, Find the Clue, is very different. The AI is different. It kind of does whatever it wants, except not exactly.
It's a bit complex. The long story short is that in the next mission, you can actually lose sight of the guy. Like you don't have to stay with them. They just spawn already on the map. When they're like that, they're not loaded. They kind of the game just sort of move the checkpoint by itself and moves it to a specific point in like northern Havana. Once they spawn in, the AI will actually drive by itself, and it has mass this time, so we will be able to push it around and hit it normally. So we won't actually have to rub it this time.
Yeah, we'll have to ram into them like crazy.
Yeah, exactly. You actually have to properly ram the car this time, like you would expect to. The thing is, they still try to drive to that northern part of Havana. They just don't do it all that well. Sometimes the AI just gets confused and lose itself and go the wrong way. So that's an inconvenient traffic car.
Yeah. Actually, it might turn left. Maybe I'm just in time. I doubt it.
I think you won't be able to reach it before he gets to the intersection there.
Yeah, he's gonna make the turn.
Yeah, because the AI is really bad with T-junction and any intersection that ends with a wall. Oh, that's gonna be a good hit. Ideally, you want to hit it in the engine compartment because that does the most damage. Like, the game actually checks for that.
Nice. Should be able to finish him. Does he turn left? Yeah, he does.
Oh, nice.
Oh, come on.
Oh. For the damage, by the way, it only counts the damage that you do. So if, like, the car hits a wall and you didn't do anything to it, like, lately, it won't do any damage to hit. So you actually need to hit him. If you hit him and push him into the wall, it'll count the wall damage too. Oh, whoops.
Get stuck.
Oh, good.
Oh, thank God.
There we go. Nice.
Come on. Now for the second car.
Yeah, they always spawn the first car as specific spawn. The second car always spawn the same place. The third one also spawn at a different but the same location every time. And they all have their own like spawn point that they always start at.
I should be there in time. Actually, I'm not sure.
You should. Yeah, I think you'll be able to cut it off. You might cut him off a little later, but you'll still be able to cut him off.
Yeah, I can go for it.
Yeah, you'll definitely be fine. They're not that quick when they're unloaded.
There we go.
Yeah, as you can see, like a head-on collision did a lot of damage.
Alright, good second car at least. And then the third car is gonna spawn literally in front of us, which is nice. Like
yeah,
you want to kill this guy here, it's really good. That way I can do a little bit of damage here. kind of did it on purpose. I don't want him to turn around. I kind of want him to go towards where the fourth car is going to spawn. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to let him turn to the right here. He's going to crash into this wall. I'm going to be able to do a lot of damage on myself as well. Is that bad? Oh no!
Yeah, mission failed.
Oh no!
So fun fact: in Driver 2, another way to fail is that apparently Tanner doesn't know how to leave a car when it's flipped either on its side or on its roof. So if you flip your car, eventually it's just going to fill up the damage, even if it wasn't destroyed. Although in this case it was already destroyed when we flip. But the game will fail you instantly and give you a game over because. Again, I guess Tanner doesn't know how to get out of the air flip car.
A little bit too much speed, I guess.
Yeah, again, you just got a pretty poor bounce. That's just the game. Sometimes the physics will get chaotic.
Do it again and maybe I can get a good first car. Well, judging by the traffic, no. I wasn't able to turn left.
So, this car is still gonna try to go to the northern part of the map, but as you can see, sometimes you just kind of get lost.
That's great. It's a classic.
Yeah, the AI just got caught by the poorly made walls. One thing is in this game, the walls are not well made.
Yeah, the collisions are pretty terrible.
Yeah, wall riding in this game is a pretty awful thing to try. It never ends well. Oh, nice. So we try to avoid the walls like the plague in this game because it's a pretty quick way to end up with a lot of trouble.
Unfortunately, this is a really long mission, and well, the first attempt of it died in the middle of it, which is going to lose a lot of time. But
yeah, that's marathon. I think I got was it in the marathon? I know I got one attempt where I just literally got soft lock in the car.
Oh wow!
Because I got stuck in a corner and I couldn't leave the car.
You couldn't get out, yeah.
Yeah. So that was an awkward way of failing.
It's 1 HP, but we should run into the next wall.
Yeah, should be able to get in here. Like you can see, they do not know how to do T-junction. They just hit the wall every time. It's all comical how bad they are at it.
Oh, he's gonna go this time.
I wonder if you should. Oh no, he's gonna go. He's gonna go.
I'll just kill him.
Okay, I don't even know what to do. Yeah, again,
kinda have to.
Yeah, it gets confused quite easily. Oh, that's convenient.
Yeah, I need a new car because the one I just had is 2 damaged, obviously. And,
yeah,
the car is gonna stay the same for the next mission.
Oh yeah, that's true. Because this is one of the few times in Driver 1 they do it a lot, where you keep your same car with the same damage, everything on the next mission, and you start exactly where you ended. In this game they do it twice, and funnily enough, it's both in Havana. But yeah, they don't use the whole multi-part mission system all that much. Or if you're gonna go with him, or you should just cut him off.
I think I should go ahead. I'm quite far from him right now. I don't know if I'm gonna be able to catch up.
Yeah, he probably.
I don't know.
Yeah, this is the worst part because again, we know already where he's gonna go because once he's in that unloaded stage, he's pretty predictable. So we're debating whether to cut it off or just go behind him because again, he's much slower than you when he's unloaded, so you are able to catch him up.
Oh wow, nice traffic.
Yeah, this road is quite bad. Old Havana is a lot of tiny roads like this.
Oh, getting good traffic.
Of course.
Should crash into this wall. Maybe. Okay.
Hey, nice. Oh, that's pretty good.
Alright.
I count that as a win.
Wait for double car spawn. Okay, we're good.
I didn't get it.
Yeah, and this version of REDRIVER 2, the version we run that works with the auto splitter, sometimes you can get your own cars spawning on top of yourself and just makes you go flying, which didn't happen this time, thank God.
Yeah, because I think it's the cars, obviously the game is respawn your car, the car you just took down, and if there's any traffic car around, it can spawn some of them just to make it look like more realistic. But the thing is, I guess sometimes it counts your own car driving as also a traffic car, so you can't just spawn 2 cars exactly the same spot, which has some interesting result. Also, boat jump.
Oh, good.
It's quite easy to fail this, surprisingly. And we go up to the front of the boat just to reach the checkpoint, because it's still just a floating checkpoint in the middle of the water.
If you want to know, we lost around like 3 minutes, basically. I'm looking at the splits, which is a lot.
Yeah, that's fair enough.
That would definitely be a reset.
Well, yeah,
an actual
the
run.
speed run at our caliber, you pretty much fail a mission. It's a no-go. That's mostly because we're pretty we have higher standard at this rate.
Yeah. Pretty,
So yeah,
pretty standard
at least
mission.
we're out of the scary bit. Thankfully, now we're back into more of a relaxed moment. This is usually the part where we chill out a bit because you've done the 2-track mission, you've done the find a clue mission. If you're still going, that means you got a decent run on your hands usually.
So there's this roadblock that's just like hard coded.
Yep. I think it's supposed to be like a sort of car crash or something like that. It only happens once.
Yeah,
so I don't know what
it happens
the
once in the
was.
game and then never again. So
I think there was plans to have more of these events like around undercover mode, because there's like in the beta version of the train pursuit mission in Chicago, there's also supposed to be like another car crash at one intersection, but in the final game we don't actually see it. So I don't know, maybe there was something they planned and just ran out of time, because this game was quite rushed, so it might have just been a time crunch thing.
So maybe we should talk about felony. I'm trying not to hit too much traffic nor anything, which just happened now.
Mention it, honestly, I was about to go into the subject.
So now I have extra felony, which is like in the top left, and because of that I'm probably going to get 2 cops instead of 1.
Yeah.
Which is a problem.
The long story short, basically, felony, to get felony, you either have to hit a traffic card, a wall, a prop, scare off a citizen that's walking on the floor. All those give some felony. The props and citizen don't give a lot. Hitting cars and hitting walls gives the most felony. And the felony itself, how it works is, by default, by default you only have 1 cop car spawning that can chase you. If you get around like 20% felony, then you'll be able to get a 2nd cop car spawn. Once you get around like 40-50% felony, then you start to get roadblocks, which gets a bit annoying. And if you get further than that, around like 60%, cop will now start to like go at you at full speed. So, because before that they'll sort of follow you, but if you slow down, they'll slow down with you and sort of just like tail you slowly. But past like 50-60%, they'll not slow down. They'll just go right at you full speed still. So by that point, it gets pretty bad because you have roadblocks, 2 cops that don't stop. It gets pretty chaotic.
Got a bit of extra felony. I don't think that's enough to get 2 cops.
It doesn't take a lot, but I think you might be just on the other threshold still. I usually use the E to give me an idea. If I go past the E, that's mean I have too much felony.
No.
I can have 2
That's
cops.
good visual cue, actually.
I think it's around what I use. Like, it's not exactly, but if the E is mostly filled, you'll have to deal with cops.
Alright, a little bit more RNG. I'm gonna have to tail Jericho, and there's like 4 patterns, I think.
Yeah, and they're all pretty quick, so usually we just pick whatever and just worst case we'll lose like a couple of seconds.
You don't restart. There's literally no point. This is 54. This is the 2nd worst.
Yeah, it's 51 to 55 you can get, so it's not too bad. Another thing we should mention about felony, most of the mission will ask you to lose the cop. Thankfully, unlike Driver 1, the cop will sort of lose you by themselves before you reach the decision. Like, they'll slow down massively. I call it like there's a sort of save zone around the end, and the cop will always slow down like pretty much nothing to make sure that you lose them before you reach the checkpoint. So it's much less an issue of having to like fight with the cop right next to the checkpoint and to actually win. Unlike Driver 1, where you have to do that quite a lot. As you probably saw Viper do.
There is one mission in Las Vegas that doesn't have that, which is
yeah,
unfortunate.
we'll get to that one. There's a slight exception, unfortunately, and it's quite notable. We'll go with that. Or notorious would be probably a better word.
Alright, let's see. Okay. 202.
Yeah, that's an alright one. That's another takedown mission. Somewhat difficult one, because especially this pattern, because if you are too slow, it can get pretty bad quick. But oh,
just one more hit, and we should be
yeah,
good.
just a little sneak.
There we go.
Yeah, that's pretty good.
Yeah, definitely pretty nice.
In this mission, the pattern we choose, because again, this is one of the few missions where you start exactly where you ended, and we need to go back all the way to the garage, all the way to the west again. So we need to use the pattern that goes the most directly towards that. So we have a couple patterns in mind. We use A202, A209, A260.
You can also take 140. 140 is pretty easy. You can get ahead of him. Technically, you can do 135 as well, but it's really hard to get ahead of him with this one.
Yeah, I didn't actually know about 140. Like, I usually stuck to those three, but I guess they worked out for me. So I got. Oh, that was close.
I'm just gonna go to his right.
Yeah. Also, fun fact: this is the only mission that plays out at dawn.
That's as bad. What? Somehow.
Yeah, as you can see, like they're pretty scary to dodge. Like they're really good at going towards you.
I felt like in any other scenario I would have hit him, like I didn't have a chance, but the game was nice, kind of. This guy can just make him turn left. We've done that before.
Yeah. And these spawns are pretty fine.
Yeah.
Also, fun fact: since we just talked about felony, the felony system is still running in the background. You don't see it, like the game doesn't show you any felony, but you still have felony. So if they have the same logic as cops. So if you hit traffic, hit walls, they'll get angrier, even though like it doesn't make sense. They're gangster. Why would they care? But for the game, how they coded it, it's the same mechanics, the same system. They just decide to hide it, hide the felony bar, just to make it less obvious that it's literally just a cop system. Well, that went pretty well. So that's Havana done. So that's halfway there for the cities.
All right, Las Vegas time.
Yeah, Vegas, baby. Let's go.
It's a lot of big roads in Las Vegas, so when it comes to like being chased by the cops, it's not really going to be a problem. You've got so much space to dodge like everything.
Yeah. Vegas is way more chill compared to Havana, was much more tighter and had a lot of like difficult chase missions. Vegas is much more chill for most of it. Like there's a couple of hard missions, but on the most it's pretty like chill ATB missions with an easy time.
Oh, good enough.
So you'll list, we have 3 cops, but one of them is gonna slow down because we don't. Again, the game limits it to 2 cops maximum. So when there's like too many cops following, one of them just get like left behind instantly. Like it doesn't get any speed boost or anything.
Yeah, now we're
so
back
you just
to
can
2.
easily lose it. Realistically, the felony system is quite similar to the Driver 1 game. Like it's mostly the same.
Unfortunately, like these large straight roads, it kind of makes Las Vegas like the most boring part of the run in some kind of way.
A lot of missions is just going back and forth on the strips, unfortunately, so it does get a bit monotone.
Yeah, that doesn't
or
help.
if it's not on the strip, it's going to be on the highways on the side. So yeah, it does get a bit mind-numbing sometimes. But I think that it's a bit of a nice pause. So
yeah, for sure. I say it's really boring, but then you get to steal the ambulance, steal the keys.
The start is a bit boring.
One of the worst.
It picks up by the end of Vegas, but on the whole, Vegas it is much more chill. Like there's not too many hard missions. Again, especially compared to like Havana and Rio after. Like it's nice. It's a nice little break to give you a bit of a breathing room. It's like, all right, I can just chill out. I got something good going. I got a couple minutes until we get back to the harder stuff.
That's a nice little break.
Because apart from that, this game is pretty much like an hour 20 of non-stop running. Like the cutscenes you can see like are pretty much instantly over. So you're pretty much driving for like the whole time non-stop. Like you're always doing something. There's not a lot of breathing room.
I'm gonna try to make sure to not fail this, by the way. Like
No,
it's kind of easy to crash into this thing right here.
Yeah, I do slow down just to make sure usually. But yeah, this mission, as long as you know you need to do that, go around that way, it's pretty easy. Because it's a pretty short drive, you just go on the bridge, get out of the car, and... Although it is possible to be, if you're careful, you can just like end up
please
flipping the truck.
Thank you.
I've done it a couple times, just losing around because I flipped the truck halfway.
Alright, we're good. And now the micro F car.
Oh yeah. I wonder, is my food ready? Oh no, it's still beeping. So yeah, this is Car Bomb. In practice, it's just A to B, except the car beeps. The car is not any weaker, it's just like a normal car, so nothing really different. The cars themselves are all have pretty similar stats. Like,
this guy sees me, which kind of sucks.
Yeah, because again, he's gonna see you go through the fence, so he's gonna give you felony. If the cops is around you, you'll get felony. But if the cop's far enough and doesn't see you, like going through the fence like that won't actually give you felony, or like hitting cars or anything. So unfortunately, the cop was close enough, so we got a second cop. Where?
Yeah, we got a second cop, but he was facing the wrong way. I don't know where he disappeared. But
I know. I think he turned around the wall or something. That's why I was confused.
Good RNG for once. Like,
but
you
you
really don't want an extra felony on this mission at the start, at least.
Especially because there's one road we need to go through that's basically a sort of off ramp. That we're going to go in the opposite way. So if we have cops spawning in there, it gets pretty chaotic in there. Especially since I guess I can spoil about that. For how the traffic that's good. You got it early.
Very nice.
How the traffic works in this game? The game has like a specific amount of cars that get spawned around you. And obviously, it's gonna always to try. What the hell is that? Sure, don't worry about him. Yeah, the game has a specific amount of cars that get spawned around, and the denser the roads are, the less traffic you'll see, because the game's gonna try to spawn it all around you. But if you're like on a tiny road in the middle of nowhere, where that's the only road available, the traffic is gonna be quite dense, because the game is gonna throw everything at it. It's way more noticeable in Rio, because Rio has a lot of tiny road that's just like in the middle of nowhere with nothing around it, and it's pretty easy to just get like a massive traffic jam almost. Also, HD explosion.
Well, that was acceptable.
Yeah,
and now Carbon Getaway, because we have to get away.
Yeah, the mission names are quite on the nose.
The Carbon and then Carbon Getaway. Very simple.
It says what it does. There's a car bomb and then you get away from it right after.
It's a pretty easy mission. Again, just point A to point B. You can have cops in the way, but felony is at a minimum. There's really no way to crash into traffic, so we're not gonna get two cops. It's gonna be perfectly fine.
Funny enough, there's a new feature for REDRIVER compared to the PS1 version. You've noticed at the start of the game we had felony while on foot. That's not something that's doable in the base PS1 game. But obviously it kind of doesn't make sense, because like the game does spawn cop car around you, but they don't have felonies, so they can't just drive around and ignore you, which doesn't make sense. Like a guy is running around for a building that just blew up. Maybe we should look at him or ask him some question. So this game fixes by giving you a felony on foot, so you kind of need to hurry up and get in the car, or do what we do and just hug the wall, and the car won't see you, and so you can just get in the car, lose your felony, and act like nothing ever happened. Yeah,
you can actually get spotted by the cops if you don't like hug the wall enough.
Yeah, if you're not careful, and since that's a new mechanic they added for this version for REDRIVER 2, what happens is that the game will, if the cops parks its car next to you while you're on foot, the game will say, "Oh, you've been caught," and that's an instant mission fail. Well done.
And now bank job.
Yep, bank job. Another A to B. So Jericho, which is I guess we didn't explain much of the story, but Tanner's undercover. There's a gang war between two gangs. We're undercover for one of the gang to try to figure out like get this guy called Ping Lady who's kind of the money man that's sort of run both of the gangs, and they both want him dead. Well, the gang you're working for wants him dead apparently, so we're working with them to try to get to him before they do. And Jericho's one of the guy, and he's doing a bank job. It's not going great, so they call you up to go pick him up.
Yeah, time to go pick him up.
Mom, please pick me up. I'm scared.
There can be quite bad RNG on this mission, especially that there's a bridge, and sometimes a roadblock spawns there.
Yeah,
It's one of
and
these
if you're
heroes.
lucky, the robots will spawn on the ground, but sometimes it does actually spawn properly. Also, be aware of the trees. In
Yes,
this game.
the collisions, especially in Vegas, I feel like the tree collisions are, well, disgusting. Let's say.
It's massive around. I've told it. I've told that many times. Every time the subject come up, I always suspect that for Vegas, there's supposed. I think there's supposed to be like a planter box at the bottom with the
No.
model, and they just forgot to make it. So that's why the hitbox is way bigger. Because
No.
in the other city, it's bad, but it's not that bad. Like in Vegas, it can be miles off visually and still hit it.
Yeah, the tree
So I always
collision
suspect
extends so much to the right. It's crazy.
Yeah, it's bad. So that's why I always assume there's supposed to be like a planter box that they forgot to model in, but they actually still put in the head box. So that's probably what we're hitting. That at least that's what makes sense to me. Yeah, you get there, they get in the car, and then instant cop chase. So we're getting like 50% penalty, and we need to get away. Oh, it's not. It's still pretty chill because as you can see, we're still driving on the highway, so there's a lot of room for us to dodge. So nothing too scary.
Yeah, we should be fine. It's mostly about the bridge usually.
Yeah. Beating the missions is not hard. It's more beating it quickly, speedrun wise.
Yeah,
It can be a bit
definitely.
more challenging because, like, any crashes is obviously a time loss. So you need to get like a good combo of like good driving and no issue. Because like the timer is strict, but then not, for us we don't care because like we know the mission by heart at this point. So we know exactly which road to go and get there in efficient time. It's just to get there with the least amount of
I'm
issue.
going left side.
Yeah, it's a good call. You had the cops on you. Although you have one lost you as soon as you got in there.
The main problem about left side is this jump right here. You can't see traffic. Yeah, there it is.
Yeah. That's a good trick I also do. When there's like a hill you need to go down to, we use the hood camera just to make sure you can actually see it a bit easier.
Sometimes I'll just go on the right side of the road just to
Yeah,
make sure I don't hit
honestly,
traffic.
if I don't have cops following me, I usually go on the normal side of the road just to be safe because I don't want to risk it having a cop following me and having to dodge that. Oh, you don't hit the wall. It just
Very
goes straight the
acceptable.
wall.
Yeah, I don't know. I've seen runners do that. I don't know. I just stop personally. All right, still the ambulance. Hate this mission.
All right, the one takedown mission of Vegas. It's a bit tricky
Should be good.
for one reason.
So what I'm doing precisely is I'm not going to kill the ambulance. I'm just leaving it at 1 tick of damage so that I'm going to get rid of the cop like immediately, and then I'll kill the ambulance. Like I'll finish it at this intersection right here.
Yeah, because always all the patterns make it go this way.
And
So
it's so much faster this way because you don't have to get rid of the cop after like destroying the ambulance.
yeah, because it. I'm pretty sure also doing that too. Because I usually try to kill ASAP no matter what, but it does encounter the risk of if you miss it, the cop will sometimes just. Because obviously the cop doesn't care about everything. It just sees you and knows it needs to hit you.
Yes.
Everything in between, it doesn't care, and that includes the ambulance.
Yes.
So if once you take down the ambulance gets pretty weak because it's already beaten up, and the game gives it like a very low health just to mimic that. Because like the damage we do it when we rub to it, it's kind of fake damage in a way. The game resets it to a specific damage value after you take it down. And like I said, it's pretty weak. So if the cops, while trying to hit you, hits the ambulance, 90% of the time it's just gonna kill the ambulance and gonna fail the mission.
Yeah, and you'll have to restart.
So, especially with the start that we do, where we just park ourselves ahead of the ambulance. Well, that means there's us, the ambulance, and the cop car behind.
Yeah, so you gotta be
So usually
really
it ends up with
careful.
the ambulance like getting wrecked because the cop car just goes straight in the line. So yeah, what BryNu does is a good strat if you to keep it live and get at the corner. So that way you ensure that the cop has less chance of like killing it.
Airport, right?
So this is the mission we were talking about a little bit earlier. Remember how we talked about the safe zones at the end of the mission where the cops just slow down and leave you alone so you can finish the mission like peacefully. There's no safe zone in this one. So
Yep, it's broken. It doesn't work. There's a bug in the code that makes it so it doesn't actually work. So this is one of the few missions where we need to get to the end point without the cop seeing us. And as you can see, we start with like 50% felony, so we already have a lot of felony, and we're not allowed to leave the car. Like since we're with Jones, the game forced us to stay in this car, so we're not allowed to just get another car and reset our felony. It's pretty RNG dependent. It's just luck if you get caught at the end.
Yeah, you just have to pray. I don't think there's really any consistent strat to not have the cops at the very end.
You can there's stuff you can do to like give you more chance to get them stuck if they're chasing you or something like that. That's about as good as it gets. Like you still need to depend on will there a cop just spawn at the airport where you need end. I once had a roadblock spawn at the end point, so I couldn't beat the mission because like the cop was always there. So I had to like drive away like super far just to get to finally despawn. Like that was pretty bad. I think I still have that clip on my channel somewhere.
This mission can ruin your speedrun completely.
Yeah.
It has happened multiple times with me.
I'm pretty sure my PB it's lost like...
Yeah, I remember it actually.
10 seconds. Because like, again, I had cops at the end, so I had to get them squeezed. The guy on the right might be an issue, because he's already gone.
I'll have to see. Hopefully there's someone that spawns facing me, like right now or something. That's not facing me. That's really bad.
Yeah, that's about
also wow, they're really smart. Like, I don't know. Usually they go directly at you. That was not the case this time.
So yeah, we hug this side so we hope that...
wait! Nah, that won't work. Alright.
You might have to demo to read it. And hopefully the next guy won't spawn quick enough.
In the worst spot ever.
In the pole. This is why we play on easy, by the way. The cop has failed. Oh, another one spawned. I think you might have to do NASCAR.
Oh my god. Surely.
Well. So yeah, welcome to Stakeout. And like you see, unlike Driver 1, where rubbing the car destroy it, that's not an option in this game, so we actually have to ram it.
Alright,
there we go. Well done.
That took so much time, but it is what it is.
Yeah, that's Stakeout. When obviously in a real speedrun, we'd have getting it up by that point, but this is a marathon, so that's not an option.
That's fine, we'll catch up by getting a perfect insta-kill on Steal the Keys, that definitely happens.
Yep, that's obviously the easiest thing to do.
We actually take a different route compared to yours. I don't know if you've ever seen it. But
actually, no.
What we'll do basically is we're gonna go all the way around and we're gonna be just right on time to like ram him from the side, which is gonna do a lot of damage.
Oh, that's interesting.
And hopefully it goes well. I just need to be here on time, so I can't afford to crash or anything. Yeah, we should be fine. I am going to need to slow down at one point because I am too fast actually.
That's fair enough. I mean, that's good to have anyway, so it's a bit like a Save Jones almost.
What I usually do is I just go full speed here, no problem. And then after turning left, the next left, I'll just let go of the accelerator for 1.5 seconds, and that usually does the trick. Like I use the in-game timer, I'll just wait for 49 flat. And then go.
Okay. Interesting. Oh, yeah,
there's the enemy right here. And we should be just in time to run into him. And hopefully he doesn't face through the wall. That could have been much more damage. Yeah, please turn around.
Yeah, that seems more consistent with what I do. Honestly, yeah, I kind of like this.
You can do a lot more damage. So that was not an insta-kill, but...
Still, it's better what I'm doing. Yeah, I guess this is not an fist match, this is like find a clue.
Alright, don't face through the wall, thank you. That can happen.
Yeah, the walls are not made well in here, so it's quite easy to just pretty much do what we do in Driver 1 for the President's Run. Except you can this time it's you that can do it to the person you're chasing. And in our case, it's pretty bad because if you know this, to finish the mission, you actually need to get in the car.
Yes.
So if the car is just face through the wall, is at the bottom of the map. Yeah, that ain't happening, mate. So we do need to be careful about that on that front and actually make sure you don't squeeze in through the wall because it's quite easy to do. I also done it a couple of times and lost runs to that.
Yeah, I kind of wish the mission would just end after you kill him, but no.
Yeah, sadly they do actually ask you to get in. It's a good thing it doesn't do that save zone because that would have killed all our strats.
Oh yeah. You're gonna see Save Jones. There's a little bit of a cheesy strat.
Probably the best strat that's ever been found for this game.
Yeah, that saves so much time.
Oh, you have no clue.
And it's pretty
how
easy. It's pretty easy as well.
Yeah, it's not that bad. That's a good thing. Like,
Just have to know the timing for it, and it just works.
Yeah, that's what we didn't have. We know it was possible. We just didn't have no way to do it, and then just out of nowhere, one person comes out, just say, "Oh yeah, just do that. It works." And lo and behold,
Yeah, I feel like it works. It works like that for like every strat for every speedrun. Like usually there's a hard strat. You just have to find the one consistent thing. The one thing that's gonna make it consistent. And
yeah, for the chase missions, like it's just which pattern works and what do you do in those patterns. Because like I said, it's a set. The car goes the same road every time. The traffic's the same every time. Like everything's predetermined, so it's quite easy to just know. Okay, well I can just do at that corner. I can just get ahead and wipe him out, and I'll be fine because there's gonna be no car there. It's just knowing what happens. But once you do, it's quite easy.
I destroy the yard.
Head out to the yard.
Yep. Last mission of Vegas, a pretty basic one. You start with felony again, although this time getting the car doesn't remove it, weird enough. So you do get chased, unlike the base game where, well not base game, unlike the PS1 game I should call it, where you don't have felony, so you get in the car, you can just like sneak your way out, and the cops that are ambushing you will let you go. You can just squeeze. Also, we just go through here.
Yeah, that's a nice shortcut. Yeah.
I don't know if it's an intended shortcut, if it's just Reflection messing up and forgetting to close that off, or if that's intended.
I don't think so.
Because like the timer is way too generous.
Yeah, I don't think so. I think you really just have to go all the way around.
Yeah, I think they expected you go. I just don't know if that shortcut like is an intended thing that they left open and they just didn't think about for the mission, or if it's just an error. Oh, you don't go where I go.
So you can fit through here, which is a little bit faster.
Oh yeah, because you have more grip. That's way smarter than what I do.
And
that's
nice.
A terrifying thing.
Quick exit.
Nice.
That's the 180 I was talking about earlier.
Yeah, that's more efficient than what I do too. Learning! Hey, it's all this learning experience for everyone. Oh, I have not ran this in quite a while, so it's kind of fair enough. That's going to be new stuff eventually.
Yeah, how long has it been actually?
I'm pretty sure the last one I did was the ESA one.
That was a gold, very interesting gold. And now we get to Rio.
Yep. Welcome to the last city of the game, Rio. It's pretty tough because, like I said, it's a lot of tiny roads with like not just tiny roads, but tiny roads that are isolated from everything else. So the traffic is usually quite dense, and like the sidewalks are pretty tiny, so there's not a lot of room to dodge the pursuer. It's like driving through Rio is quite hard, and it's also at this point where the timer gets much more strict.
You know what kind of vehicle I love to drive on these tiny roads? A bus. This is what we're going to drive, a bus on these really small roads for this first mission.
Yeah. I think the bus is tanky, but it's still a bus. I think we don't have felony. We don't have felony that spawned on like a certain mod pack I've played.
The traffic looks nice.
I don't know if you ever played the mod pack, but this mission is quite hell on that one.
Yeah,
it's bad, isn't it? This mission.
Yeah, it's really bad.
The mission is basically the same, except they added pursuer on the first part, and boy, doesn't make a difference. But yeah, in this real speedrun, thankfully, it's much more chill because like the lack of the pursuer, at least it's annoying, but it's not too bad at least to do. It's just annoying. It's nothing more than that.
Fine, we can drive. Now we have to drive the bus all the way to the next waypoint.
Yep. So yeah, those tiny roads we're mentioning that me and BryNu. Well, and now we need to drive this massive thing. This thing is slow. It's big. It's like all the things you don't want.
That was terrible. Hopefully you can drift around with the bus, which makes it easier to turn.
There's one. At least it has one thing. It is surprisingly maneuverable.
Yes.
Like for something that's that heavy and big, you would think this would like. This is not like what you expect a bus to drive, like being heavy and it's like slow and understeery. This actually like turns quite well. It's this one saving grace. Yeah, at this point, because this it looked. We mentioned how bad it is. Like it didn't look too bad. This is why we hate this mission. we need to go through a parking lot. It's in the middle of those two tiny roads, so we need to go against the traffic with a bus on it. Like it, yeah. This is as bad as it looks. It just become Carmageddon pretty much.
Traffic orange is not that good.
Yeah, you're not getting good luck. You're just getting all the. Oh, you got a good line there. Oh, and you got slammed in the hill.
No. When you're not sure, just drift. You can go in between like this, sure.
Tanner doing the slalom. I was like, finally, that interview I did is going to help me. That slalom I did between the pole in the garage like a couple of years ago.
Let me see if I can do this correctly. Not really. It's not really
Yeah,
what I intended.
if you get a good hit, you can slide off the first car and hit the next one. But it's a bit precise to do. Sometimes you just end up like doing what BryNu did there and just like bonk it straight.
Yeah, I had a little bit too much speed, so I wasn't able to drift, so that's my bad. But...
Yeah, that's fair. And now, since we done that part, we can swap our cars, so we're gonna do that ASAP, because, Lord, we hate this thing. And again, it has a lower top speed than what we're currently driving, so there's no point in sticking it to the bus. In this city, this car we're driving and the T-Bird has the same top speed, and this little tiny car that we just passed, the green one, has the slowest top speed. So we avoid that one, usually. Yeah, at this part of the mission, the Pursuer re-enabled. Although you don't have felony to start with, so as long as you don't hit anything, you'll stick to one car chasing you. So
that was
it's
a
not
pretty good
much
drive,
worry.
at least.
Yeah, the exit was pretty good.
Yeah, I'm getting only one enemy as well because I didn't hit anything.
Yeah, you get good luck there. But
Oh, that's...
oh, then
Ah,
continue.
I did one of those.
Oh,
I don't know,
yeah,
it went to the
like,
right for
again.
a moment.
yeah, again, they're gonna just juke you like kings. Like I don't know how the AI is that good for that move, but they're so good at that. Like they're gonna fake you out and.
Yeah, that happens quite a lot, actually.
Yeah, like it's this game's #1 skill. Like compared to Driver 1, where they're like again they're pretty like easy, and this one they're just so good. And there's another long 8B mission.
Yep, trying to steal a cop car.
Yep, for a obviously really useful reason. That's definitely not a waste of time. That we'll get into it. But yeah, this is like. As you probably noticed, like the driving mission, the ADB mission, as much as usually they're like a pretty much chill point where you kind of don't really care, and especially in Vegas, which is like all big roads, like we mentioned. In Rio, the timer is stricter, the missions are much more difficult, because usually you're stuck to one car and you have either a lot of felony or just a tiny road to go through. So it gets pretty bad. Like you actually need to focus a lot to not lose a lot of time, because it's quite easy. Like say bus crash, it's quite easy to like 15 seconds just from driving poorly.
Yeah, for sure. Also, this mission is rainy, which makes it even worse.
Yeah, to make it even easier, there's rain. So open the door, get in, steal the cop car, and voila, get out of here. Now, and as you can see, you're getting 60% felony. Thankfully, usually that would mean you have 2 cops car. Reflection was lenient for this mission and decided to limit the maximum cup amount to 1 no matter what. No matter how much felony you have, it's still stuck to 1. Everything else is still rings true. So if you have a roadblock will still spawn.
That's
oh,
good.
yeah, that's a good spawn. You do not want a cop facing you, because on a bridge like that where there's no like tunnel, sorry, no bridge,
Yeah.
that's the exact opposite. Where there's like no sidewalk to dodge them, it's quite awful.
Also, the tunnel walls, like collisions, are not really good.
Yeah, again, any walls in this game, just riding walls is pretty much a death sentence, because like you're just gonna get stuck on a little nook like that's sticking out and just get stuck right in your tracks. It's quite bad. But yeah, what's mentioned? Oh yeah, so yeah, we have 6% penalty, but still only 1 cup, but everything else is applied. So roadblock, as you saw, the cup will speed up and not slow down to ram you. Because we're over like 60%, like all that's fine. It's just that there's no way to have an extra cop spawning.
Oh, we're good.
One
If
thing
you can follow me, that's nice, actually.
Yeah, our best case scenario is to have that, like a cop that spawns that spins around to get behind you, but doesn't actually block your way, and then stay behind you, because that means there's nothing else that can spawn. If you have just the guys following you like that, well, nothing's spawning. Nice.
Not that insane.
So yeah, they'll just stick behind you, and that means like we won't have to deal like a new guy spawning. That's less chance of having a car crash, which is less chance of losing time. So yeah, the longer you stay behind us like that and not do anything, the better it is for us. Obviously, sometimes there's not much we can do, and the cops just lose all.
Oh, that's bad. Wait,
oh,
wait. He's doing this thing again. What? Okay, I mean, I guess that works.
Yeah, I mean, we'll take it.
Yeah.
I think honestly, that's what makes it worse. You can sometimes it's not like it's consistent. So sometimes you can think like the cop, oh, he's gonna go toward me, and then the cops just lose all his brain cells and just does nothing. The thing is, doing that kind of jukes you because you're not expecting it.
Yeah, they kind of do their own thing sometimes.
Yeah, they're so unpredictable. That's what makes it worse. Also, here's why we need to steal a cop car. It's an extremely important purpose.
That's a car. I didn't even get the fast exit, but there we go.
There you go.
It's still a limo. There we go.
A limo that was driving at traffic speed, and that's it. Apparently, that's the best idea Tanner could come up with to steal this limousine. Is to steal a cop car, go through all that trouble.
Yeah, you know, we've been stealing cars for the entire game, but the limo, now you have to get a cop car.
Yeah, obviously. Fun fact: you can actually lose a limousine. Like the game asks you to check for distance. So
you can?
If it goes far away, you will fail a mission because you lost a limousine. I know, because when I did my super speed playthrough, this mission was impossible because the limousine kept spawning and then going at Mach 1 and failing instantly. I couldn't even leave the garage with the cop car, and the limousine already lost me. So, oops. So that's when I learned that, oh, you can lose this guy, I guess.
Nothing really special about this mission. The next one, though, Save Jones.
Yeah, it gets pretty bad. But yeah, this is just, you pick the limousine, go to the mansion, and then head back on the same road, because you pretty much end where you started. So you just take the same road twice, and that's it. It's pretty chill. It's a nice break before the next really hard mission. And boom.
Now we just have to get back, except there's someone chasing us. This guy is really not a problem, though.
No, again, we have pretty low felony, so it's
plus this giant road. So
yeah, pretty much the only big road, one of the few big roads, I should say, maybe not the only. It's like one of the few big roads of Rio, so that's probably mostly why this mission's pretty chill, because you get to drive on the one open part of Rio, so you have a lot of room to dodge, and it's pretty, it's much more relaxed.
He's probably gonna follow us for the entire thing. That's usually what happens.
Yeah, again, it's a big road, so it works in the AI's favor too. Like, there's less stuff to hit.
I don't like
the traffic AI struggles a bit with the law of the road. It's the game will decide to pick the left lane to turn right, or pick the right lane to turn left. Like the game doesn't really know how to drive.
Ugh. I wasn't sure what to do in this situation.
Yeah, this was just like a bunch of unfortunate spawn and parked cars. Okay, that's just traffic orange. That's just, you deal with it. There's nothing you can do about that.
Yep.
Okay, here's the other trick of the game. Save Jones. This is another takedown mission where the guy does not have infinite mass, so you actually can chase it. Can actually ram it. The thing is, this car is massively tanky. Like, it's way tankier than anything we tried to take down before. Like, it pretty much has the same health as you do. So it's kind of hard to win. And it takes a long time to kill it normally. But, like we alluded earlier, there is a quick strat for this mission that someone found. Because we'll probably win without even touching the car.
Alright, that's nice.
And, I'll let BryNu showcase it and keep quiet just for concentration purposes. but we have a specific point to look for.
We should be fine. We are just right on time.
Yeah, you'll be good.
You should go straight into it without even turning.
And there we go.
Yep, there we go.
So yeah, you just get around that intersection around like 3 minutes 03, and if you time it right, I use a lamppost to time myself, but there's a couple of ways to do it. But if you time it right, like I said, if you're far away, the guy is unloaded, and the game just moves the dot around just by itself, like just make it seem like the guy's driving, but it will actually only spawns it once you get close to it. So we kind of abuse that to make it spawn like right near the intersection, and if you time it well, the game again it goes also with the fact that the game is really bad with T-junction. Except this time there's no wall to stop it, so it kind of just goes in a straight line and just drive itself in the water, and you end up saving a lot of time because you just get yourself rid of a massive chase and a lot of like crashes because again the guy is super tanky. Like it's the amount of time it's saving, the consistency it's bringing is like it's miles away. Like it was Valkyrie that came to our speedrunning Discord one day and just told us about that strat, and that was a life changer because before that we just got to this mission and just hope it would go well.
Yeah, there's something with these type of enemies for some reason. Like as soon as they spawn, they will just lose control for a bit. It's like they will just go straight. So yeah, we abuse that basically.
Yeah, we just take advantage of the fact that we can spot it right in front of the beach and have it go straight into the ocean, river.
Sometimes you can sometimes you can like mistime it just a bit. Like he will like turn and get out of the water. Yeah. You just have to like ram into him to make sure he stays in it.
Yeah, you can block him off. Like there's two scenarios. Either he just does a perfect straight line right, like he did, or at the last second once he drowned in the water, he realizes maybe I shouldn't do that and tries to turn left. But in this case, it's still you'll still win because you can just block him off. And technically that would be the fastest way because by blocking him off you do a little bit extra damage.
That's true.
But it's negligible. That's more like task and optimization than anything. Like that's not something you.
Yeah, I'm more about being safer. I would rather have him like go straight. To be honest.
I'm just happy to just get it. Period. Honestly. Yeah. Like I don't care if it turns or it doesn't turn. As long as it dies right away, I'm more than fine. But yeah, that trick is so good. Because like it's a hard mission at the end of the game. So having to deal with RNG there is pretty miserable.
So we're gonna move the car after the first C4. That way we can just place it here and have full momentum to leave the boat.
Yeah, because really you're not really on it. You're not really like optimizing for anything. Because as soon as you put the first bomb, the timer goes to a 24 seconds, and you need to wait until it reaches 0.
Yes.
So
what matters really is how fast you get to the boat and place the first C4. The rest is like always the same.
Yeah, the first C4 is the important one. After that, as long as you get out the boat, you're fine.
Alright, Jones is in trouble apparently. So let's go save him.
Actually pretty hard mission casually, because like the timer is pretty strict for this mission. Like,
it is, yeah, for sure.
Like
for the
even as speedrunners,
yeah, we finish at around like 20 seconds if it goes well.
Yeah. Like that's using a perfect route, like and driving mostly perfectly. We end up with 20 seconds left over. This is way strict, and for casual, this is a very hard mission. I remember being stuck on this mission for quite a while.
If you're a casual player, you probably like finish the mission with I don't know 4 or 5 seconds remaining. Not even.
Yeah, probably nothing.
Yeah.
Thankfully, again, I guess the devs realized that this was a bit of a tight mission. Point, giving yourself more challenge, I suppose. The game will thankfully limit the max cop amount to 1. That said, we still want to limit our felony because we have to drive through that tunnel and tiny bridge road again. So if we can avoid roadblocks, it would be quite nice.
Oh, I lost him. Okay.
That's not good because it could get pretty bad.
Maybe he spawns behind me.
Or not facing you, but ahead of you.
Okay, that's good. That's good.
Fine.
It's the same thing every time. You make him turn a certain way and then you go the opposite way.
Yep, just go slightly to one side and it'll do that little circle.
Really easy, to be honest.
Yeah. Again, compared to how hard they are to dodge when they're facing you, this is like comically easy.
This guy is underneath.
Which is probably what makes it worse. Like, It's probably why we find the one facing us much worse. That they're so hard that compared to everything else, that like we're not ready almost.
It's also good.
Yep, yeah, we got some good couple. Oh well, here's some roadblocks coming.
Oh yeah.
Just that little nudge is good enough. Sometimes it doesn't take much, you know. It's like just nudging that car was enough to give more felony, and that was enough to send you to the roadblock level.
But we're good.
Yeah, we got to the end, so now the save zone is activated. So at this point, we're chill anyway.
We're gonna get to what's supposed to be the quote-unquote hardest mission of the game.
Yep. Casually, this is renowned as the hardest mission. And to be fair, I believe it, especially on PS1. With the lag, it's unbearable. But because it's a infinite mass chase, we do have some strats to do it quickly.
I just need a good pattern.
Consistently. Yeah, get a good pattern. It's always the issue.
That's not a good
Oh,
one.
hell no.
We need 208 or 123.
23 is a good one. So yeah, with the right pattern, you can pretty easily take him down. Because you can just get that, get ahead. Oh, maybe not.
Can I finish him? That's gonna take too long. You know, we'll just restart.
Yeah, I don't even know if it's worth it, honestly. Oh, and now you anger the game, so it's gonna be bad patterns.
Oh god.
You dare waste it at 123, how dare you? Here's some 120. Oh, that's good.
I'll play it the safe way. It's 158, I'll go
Yeah.
through there.
But yeah, the pattern we use is so we can do this and just cut ahead and get in front and basically do what we do with the truck mission.
There we go.
There you go. Nice. But yeah, casually this mission is quite hell because as soon as you get into the canyon part, it's so hard. Like the traffic is massively dense, the road is dangerous, it's full of debris, and like tiny rocks that are hard to see but act pretty much like a wall. Like it's all the worst case.
The cop is facing the right way. Oh, there's a lot of traffic though. Okay, we're good.
Yeah, we got through.
Let me try to not get felony, if possible.
Yeah, you won't felony. The pets might be enough.
Nothing is spawning.
Oh, you're halfway through the E. I think that's felony level. Oh well, we're way past the E now.
I think we're... Oh...
But I'm pretty sure it's gonna be crawling because you're... Oh, no,
Okay,
it's barely out of the safe zone.
I thought it was gonna be safe. I thought it was close enough, but nope.
Yeah, because again, if he was in the safe zone, the cop would pretty much have just stood there and not move.
I'll do a little bit of a quick exit.
Yep,
I can
again.
do it correctly. There we go.
Nice. Again, we hit the wall and not just hit the wall, but also hug the wall on the left to make sure that the driver's side is blocked off, so Tanner gets released by the passenger side. That way, we're much closer than to the car. So we can just get out and get in pretty much instantly.
This is the important part when it comes to felony, though. I definitely don't want to get felony on this straight road.
Yeah, this is where it gets important because this is a long straight road. Oh, well,
I don't think
it didn't count.
Yeah. Okay.
You
And he
got lucky
might.
there.
Oh god.
Well, so
Didn't last for long, but.
Yeah.
So now we're
like,
gonna get
again,
a second cop. Yeah. Well, that's a good
Yep,
spawn,
there it is. I think he's got a good spot. But now the question is, will it follow? Yep. Oh, that might be good. You might be fine.
I just need to make sure he doesn't. Okay, well, if he just crashes by himself, what am I supposed to do? You know?
Yeah.
Oh,
Hopefully
okay.
and drive for him. But yeah, it's a long road that's pretty isolated and it has no sidewalks or like really limited sidewalk. Oh. So it's quite easy to just get in a lot of trouble. As was shown. I could just take one cup to flip it to spin you and it gets pretty bad. Shout out to the ESA run where around this point I had pretty much like 98% damage.
Oh, damn.
That was terrifying. Like,
wasn't it on hard difficulty as well?
Yeah, that was on hard. That didn't help the case either.
At this point, it gets pretty easy. Like large roads again. You can use the beach.
Yeah, you just need to get out of that one road. As soon as you get to the boulevard here on the beach, you're home free. So that's the only thing. You just need to worry about that. But anything else, the part before that, it's one of the few times where I'm very, very scared about my felony. Like usually I know I take care of it, but it's not too much of a worry. But in this mission, It is. Like, it's very easy to just fail a mission by flipping or killing your car.
It's the last mission, which can fail, which has failed many times in actual runs.
Yep, lost runs many times to that too.
Oh my god. What's your
Speaking of losing runs, Lenny gets caught. In my opinion, the hardest mission of the speedrun.
Yeah.
Which doesn't help the fact that it's literally the last mission. So what's so bad about it? Because you might be looking at like, well, this is just a follow mission, and there's only one pattern. It's just the same pattern. So you might be thinking, well, that's even easier. What the hell are you on about? What's so bad? And and by the way, since it's not a car, it's like the train. The radius to follow it is much bigger. So again, you might be going, well, that's even easier. What the hell are you on about? This isn't hard at all. What's the problem?
The problem is this
first
guy.
of all, first of all, there's two pursuer always enabled, and B, the helicopter is quick. For the most part, it's decently quick, but by the end of the mission, the helicopter goes supersonic. It goes like twice the speed you can even drive, which means that you need to enter the final road before the helicopter or at the same time to win the mission. Like, I'm not talking like, oh, to do a weird fancy special speedrun strat. No, just beat the mission, period. You need to get in the final road at the same time as the helicopter, else you will fail at the final part.
I'm a bit ahead of it right now. I need to make sure I don't lose it though.
Yeah, that's the point. Like, the rest of the mission doesn't matter because you can be ahead for the most of it and still fail at the end because you had that one bad crash.
Okay, good, probably. I am so far ahead actually.
Yeah, you're fine. That's good. It's just the worry of, oh, that's good spawn.
Yeah, that's very good. Two good spawns on the same
That's
road.
golden. I'm pretty sure you won.
Yeah, that's perfect.
I'm pretty sure you're gonna hit the save zone.
That's fine.
Yeah, GG.
I'm so far ahead, it doesn't matter.
Yeah, so in this case you'll be fine, but like even that, how far ahead he is, like you'll see the helicopter is gonna whiz by probably at the end. Like, it's absurdly quick how the helicopter goes. Yep, just above. Well, get ready for time.
And we're
Time! Well done.
Alright, my split says 1:19:31. I don't know what it says on the stream, but unfortunately, find the clue was the biggest problem.
Yeah, that was the main issue, but still, like a 119 with that find the clue, that's quite good.
Yeah, that's pretty good. I'll take it, for sure.
Yeah, that's more than fine. Well done for the run.
Yep, that was Driver 2 all missions, or REDRIVER 2 all missions, I should say.
Yeah.
Because the original Driver 2 definitely takes longer. I don't remember the time for all missions, like the original Driver 2.
I think it's 2:05 on the emulator. Hold on, let me look it quickly.
One thing,
I know it's Red Wiki that did the emulator run not long ago, just for the sake of it.
One thing that doesn't help in the original Driver 2 is you can't skip cutscenes in the first place, so...
Yeah, skip cutscenes not possible, the lag is pretty bad. Like, it's everything.
Because you can't skip cutscenes, let's say you get a bad pattern, it's literally not worth it to restart the mission because you have to wait for the whole cutscene to play.
Because like in our version, like it's 4.5 second time loss. In PlayStation, it's more like 12.
Yeah, it depends on how long the cutscene is, I guess.
2:11 by Red Wiki for on emulator, apparently the PB.
Yeah, you can see the difference is pretty big. Should probably
like it's pretty much twice the length. Yeah, it's the most important part is the lag. That's the main difference because like the game runs at like task speed 90% of the time, so just that is a massive difference.
But yeah, there was REDRIVER 2 all missions in around 1 hour and 19 minutes. So that's it for me, really. Thank you for the commentary, Survivor.
Yeah, no worries. Like, I'm happy you asked me to be there. So I'm always happy to get this game showcased, and
yeah, that was
I'm
really
more
fun.
happier to have someone else to show it. It's nice
that was really fun. I mean, it didn't go as well as I wanted, but it was really fun in the end.
Still,
for a marathon, it's really good.
Yeah, for 119 for a marathon run is more than fine. So.
But yeah, that's it. Taking it back to Viper for the rest of the marathon, really. So thank you for watching.
Good day, everyone.